For today's video, we're high up in the Cascade Mountain Range with a 2013 Audi Q5. Now this is one of 17 vehicles that I've owned in my life, and of all the vehicles I've had, this is my favorite. And so in today's video, I wanted to highlight the 5 things that I like most about this car that really set it apart and make it such a great vehicle to own. So I mentioned that we're high up in the Cascade Mountains, driving on Cascade Lakes Highway. And I wanted to bring you up here to lead me to the first point that I wanted to make on the Q5. And so the first thing that I really like about the Audi Q5 is the handling. The legendary Quattro system is incredible in snow and ice conditions. I've had 17 vehicles in my lifetime, as I mentioned, a lot of four-wheel drives. I've owned Subarus, trucks, SUVs. Audis are as capable or better than anything else that you can buy on the market. And so the first thing that I really like about the Audi Q5 is how well it handles in the snow and ice. You can be driving along at, right now we're going 50 miles an hour on snow and ice, and I would feel very confident going another 20 miles an hour faster. It's extremely capable, very little slip or sliding on snow and ice. And the great thing about the system too is it doesn't just work to your advantage in snow and ice conditions, but it also handles really nice in dry conditions. If you're on a curvy back road, you can really drive it fast and hug those corners, get great performance out of it. The other thing that I love about all-wheel drive is that you don't get wheel spin when you're accelerating hard on dry pavement. If there's a little bit of gravel or something, you don't get that in the Q5. Because of the all-wheel drive system, it's plenty capable in all conditions to handle incredibly well. And so the first thing that I really like about the Audi Q5 is the handling. So the second thing that I really like about the Q5 is the sound system. Now this Q5 is equipped with just the stock sound system, which would blow away the premium sound systems in just about any other automaker. It's got extensive use of tweeters, subwoofers, speakers placed all over the cabin that provide a really nice, rich sound that's got a lot of bass, a lot of higher pitches, and they really all just come together nicely in this vehicle. Now, that's the stock system. The Q5 is also available with a premium system from Bang & Olufsen that offers a little bit higher quality speakers. I had an A4 that had the Bang & Olufsen system, and I was impressed with it. But really what's amazing to me is the stock system, because you can't find another automaker that has a stock system with the same sound quality that you get in the Q5. And so that's the second thing that I really like about the Q5 is the high quality sound system. So the third thing that I really like about the Audi Q5 is the quality of finishes on the vehicle. Specifically in the interior. Now there is not a vehicle on the market that offers the same quality fit and finish that you can find in an Audi Q5. It's amazing just the kind of detail they put into every single finish on the Q5. You look at the detail on the steering wheel with how these materials all come together, and it's just amazing the thought that they put into every single little piece of the Q5. Globally, just looking at kind of the overall finish of it, it's just got a really nice, clean, modern, sophisticated look to it, without being over the top. I feel like you see that a lot on Japanese vehicles, where they're pretty nice, but then they just, sometimes it's almost like they try too hard and they make things go a little crazy. Now keep in mind, this is a 2013. They started producing the Q5 in 2008, I believe, as a 2009 model. Maybe it was a 2008 model. But anyway, this is basically a 2008 if you think about it, which is almost a 10-year-old vehicle. And it's amazing to see how good it looks 10 years later. And obviously with the new Q5s, they've taken it to another level. But it's just amazing the quality of detail and materials that they use in the Q5, and it's amazing how well they wear. This vehicle's got 75,000 miles on it, and if I cleaned it up nicely, apologize for the mess, but if I cleaned it up nicely, you would not be able to tell that it's a used vehicle. It would look brand new, just because everything is high quality and meant to last for a long time. So you get that with the leather, you get it with all the buttons and switches and the steering wheel, and there's nothing in this vehicle that's tearing off, that's starting to show wear. Really everything is in great condition. And so that is the third thing that I really like about the Q5, is the quality of finishes that they use. So the fourth thing that I like about the Audi Q5 is the styling. Now, I would not buy a car if I didn't like the styling on it, and so that's key. It's what originally led me to look at the Q5, and I love the way it looks. Specifically with the 3.0 and the Sport package, which you've got to have the 3.0 to get the Sport package. That throws in the 20-inch wheels, the little bit of trim down at the bottom that gives it a little more aggressive look to it, and just really love the way it looks overall. It's got a nice, it's a conservative look. It's not over the top, but at the same time it looks really sporty, it looks premium. They do a nice job of bringing that all together. Obviously, gotta love the LED headlights. The Audi Q5 was one of the first vehicles on the market available with LED lights. Again, going back to the comment on the interior, this is effectively a 10-year-old car and it still looks great. Now, they did do a minor refresh of the Q5 in 2013, so this has got a little bit of that, but overall, it's basically a 10-year-old car. So you got the LED lights, it's just got a nice clean look to it, and then in the rear as well, you get the LED tail lights, which give it a nice slick look. I'm also a huge fan of dual exhaust. I hate it when premium automakers go away from that, because I think it really just gives it a nice finished look. And so that's the fourth thing that I really like about the Audi Q5, is I think it's got great styling that can really appeal to a lot of different preferences. So the fifth and final item is performance on the Q5. Now, the Q5 with the 3.0 comes well equipped with a 0 to 60 time of 5.5 seconds. So despite the fairly conservative styling, this thing's a beast. Now I gotta point out, we do have the traction control off, so I don't want to throw you off by point number one of the handling. So all shenanigans aside, the Q5 has got incredible performance, specifically with the 3.0 engine. Now you can get the Q5 with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. You've got the Q5 with the 3.0 supercharged engine, and then you've also got the SQ5, which is the premium model. It's going to be even more fun than this one. But since we're talking about the 3.0 specifically, it is a blast to drive. It's got 272 horsepower. The 0 to 60 time is 5.5 seconds, which would blow away supercars from late 90s, early 2000s. It's incredible performance, specifically for an SUV. And given the conservative styling of the vehicle, it's kind of fun because nobody expects it to be as fast as it is. And so I love the performance of the Q5. Obviously, mixing that with the 4-wheel drive Quattro system even further enhances that experience and really puts that performance at the peak for vehicles in this class. And so that's the fifth thing that I love about the Audi Q5. So those are the 5 things that I like most about the Audi Q5. Starting at the top of the list, the handling is awesome. Whether it's dry conditions, snow, ice, rain, this vehicle is unstoppable and it's going to handle as good or better than anything else that you can buy on the market. So that's the first item. The second item is the stereo system. Even in stock form, getting just the basic system in the Q5 is incredible. It's got great sound quality, and so that's the second thing that I really like about the Q5. The third thing that I really like is the quality of the materials, and specifically on the interior. The fit and finish is incredible. The detail they put into every single piece on the vehicle is at the top of its class. And just globally looking at the vehicle, it's got such a nice, clean, sophisticated look to it. And so that's the third thing that I really like about the Q5. The fourth thing is the styling. Obviously, we like the styling of the interior, but you jump outside the vehicle on the exterior, and it's just got a really nice, simple and clean yet sporty look to it that I think, again, within its class, looking at other vehicles that are kind of mid-sized luxury, I think the Q5 is the best looking in that class. The fifth thing that I really like about the car, and obviously let's be honest, probably the most important thing, because driving's really all about the experience, and the performance in the Q5 is incredible. Specifically, getting the 3.0 supercharged engine, you got tons of horsepower, it accelerates really quickly, and then you combine that with the four-wheel drive, and performance on the Q5 is awesome. And so those are the 5 things I like most about the Q5. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. In the meantime, thanks for watching.